Hello students, in this video we will be discussing about n factor, and firstly we will be discussing about the calculation of n factor in case of non-redox reaction. Calculation of n factor for non-redox reactions. पहला केस देखते हैं हम एलिमेंट्स के लिए क्या होगा. For elements, as you can see on the screen, n factor is equal to the valency of the elements. सिंपल एलिमेंट्स के लिए n फैक्टर उनका वैलेंसी के इक्वल होता है. सो इफ वी हैव मेटल्स, देन इन केस ऑफ मेटल्स the n factor is equal to the number of valence electrons, and in case of non-metals the n factor will be equal to 8 minus the number of valence electrons. So let us take some examples. Let's suppose we have sodium. Sodium is a metal, outermost shell contains 1 electron, therefore the n factor will be 1. In case of magnesium, outermost shell contains 2 electron, n factor will be 2. In case of nitrogen, it is a non-metal, number of valence electron is 5, therefore n factor will be 8 minus 5 equals to 3. For oxygen, it is 8 minus 6 equals to 2. For fluorine, it is 8 minus 7, that is equal to 1. So this is about the calculation of n factor for elements. Next, let us have a look over the calculation of n factor for ions. So in case of ions, n factor is the modulus of the charge on the ion. That means we have to consider the mathematical value only for the charge of the ion, and that will be the n factor. Let us take some examples. Let's suppose we have Na plus, then the n factor will be 1. Let's suppose we have Mg plus 2, the n factor will be 2. Let's suppose we have Al plus 3, n factor will be 3. Let's suppose we have O minus 2, n factor will be equals to 2. Let's suppose we have F minus, n factor will be equal to 1. This is about the calculation of n factor for ions. Now let us have a look about the n factor for covalent compounds. So in case of covalent compounds, the n factor is equal to the total number of bonds formed with the central atom. That means the total number of bonds with the central atom will be equal to the n factor only. So if we have CH4 methane, then the carbon is having 4 bonds with hydrogen. It is a covalent compound, therefore the n factor is 4. If we have ammonia, NH3, it will be having 3 bonds, 3 covalent bonds, the n factor will be equal to 3. So this is about the calculation of n factor in case of covalent compounds. Nextly, we will be looking about the calculation of n factor for acids. So in case of acids, the n factor is equal to the total number of replaceable H plus ions present in the acid. That means the total number of replaceable H plus ion that an acid will contain, that will be equal to its n factor. And in other words, the total number of replaceable H plus ions of an acid is equal to the basicity of the acid. Therefore, we can say the n factor of an acid is equal to the basicity of the acid. If we consider some examples, so let us have a look over some examples. If we consider HCl, then in case of HCl, if we dissolve HCl in water, it will give us 1 H plus and 1 Cl minus. Therefore, the n factor will be equal to 1, as such number of replaceable H plus ion is 1. In case of H2SO4, if we dissolve it in water, then it will give us 2H plus and SO4 2 minus ion. Therefore, n factor in case of H2SO4 is 2. If you have a look over H3PO4, H3PO3 and H3PO2, the first thing comes into mind is the n factor of all these 3 acids is 3. As such, the number of hydrogens in all these cases is 3. 3 in this case, 3 in this case, 3 in this case. But it is not the case. The n factor in case of H3PO4 is 3. In case of H3PO3 is 2, and in case of H3PO2 it is 1. So why is this happening? The n factor in case of H3PO4 is 3, in case of H3PO3 is 2, and in case of H3PO2 is 1. Let us discuss this thing considering the structure of these three acids. So if you consider these three acids, then H3PO4 will have the structure like this. Here it is the central atom phosphorus, and with a double bond O, and 3 OH are bonded to it. That means in case of oxy acids, only those hydrogens are replaceable which are directly attached with oxygen. If the hydrogen are attached with the central atom, then it will not be replaceable when dissolved in solution. Therefore, in case of H3PO3, we have one hydrogen atom linked with the central atom, that is phosphorus. Therefore, this hydrogen is not replaceable. This hydrogen is not replaceable, and thus the n factor will be because of these two hydrogens only. Therefore, the n factor of H3PO3 is 2. In case of H3PO4, all the hydrogens are attached with oxygen only. Therefore, the n factor is 3. And if you consider H3PO2, then two of the hydrogen are linked directly with the central atom. Therefore, they will not be replaced when dissolved in solution, and only one OH is there. Therefore, only one replaceable H plus ion is present. So this is about the calculation of the n factor in case of acids. Let us have a look over the calculation of n factor in case of bases. So for bases, the total replaceable H plus ion present in the base represents the n factor of the base. That means the total number of OH minus ion present in the base is equal to the n factor, and the total number of replaceable OH minus present in the base is equal to the acidity of the base. Therefore, we can say the n factor of the base is equal to the acidity of the base. If we take these examples, then in a case of NaOH, we have only one replaceable OH minus. Therefore, the n factor in case of NaOH is 1. In case of magnesium hydroxide, we have 2 OH minus, replaceable OH minus. Therefore, the n factor is 2. And in case of aluminium hydroxide, AlOH whole thrice, we have 3 replaceable OH minus. Therefore, the n factor is equal to 3. So this is about the calculation of n factor in case of bases. Let us have a look over the calculation of n factor in case of salts. So if you consider salt, then in case of salt, the total cationic or anionic charge per mole of the salt represents the n factor of the salt. That means you have to consider either the cationic charge or the anionic charge. As such, the cationic charge equals to the anionic charge only. As such, the molecule is electrically neutral. Therefore, by considering any one of them, either the cationic or the anionic charge will give us the n factor in case of salts. So if you consider NaCl, NaCl is Na plus and Cl minus. Therefore, the n factor will be 1. If you consider MgCl2, it is Mg plus 2 and Cl minus. So 2 Cl minus are there. So total 2 negative charge or 2 positive charge. The n factor is 2. In case of AlCl3, it is Al plus 3 and Cl minus 3. Cl will make it as minus 3. Therefore, the n factor is 3. So this is about the calculation of n factor in case of non-redox reactions. For redox reaction, we will be discussing about the calculation of the n factor in the next video. Thank you.